Hi everybody, it's Mike, the HVAC reefer guy. I'm coming to you from my office in Phoenix, Arizona. Today's video and presentation is put on by Custom Cooling and Plumbing, customizing solution from our family to yours since 2001. It's also my employer and where I work. It's a great company here in Phoenix. We're always looking for qualified technicians. So if you're a technician, medium skill set to journeyman, all the way down to apprentice that you're looking for a job or a place to call home, we would love to have you. Direct message me and let's get something going. So today's video presentation is based on some discussion about a flare block that I own. A lot of guys wanted to know about this flare block and how it uses. They've never seen one before. Maybe you've seen it at a parts house and you've wondered how it works. And I bought this flaring block probably 20, maybe 25 years ago. I have also the standard two-piece flare block that you guys can buy at your parts house. But this guy here is a one-piece. I don't know if they sell them anymore. I've looked around to buy a couple for my guys. They're hard to find. So this flare block, like I said, is a single piece. I'm going to show you a couple of things about it. One, if you look right here, is the pipe size and the pipe size. Both of these have to match. So you can turn these to fit whatever pipe size you're working with. Today we're going to be working with 5/8. I want to make sure that I get that set for 5/8. Or actually today we're working with 1/2 inch, excuse me. We're working with 1/2 inch tubing. So when you get ready to make a flare, you're going to want to make sure that your pipe diameters match. If you look down inside, this little piece right here, that's your copper stop. That's where your tubing is going to stop when it goes through the hole, and I'll show you in a minute how that works. And then this is your locking wing nut. This locks down the flare block to make a flare. So today I have a piece of 1/2 inch tubing, assuming that you go ahead and you ream it out, which I didn't do on this video. I'm just going to shorten up some of it so you don't do the mundane stuff. But you know, you can go ahead on this flare, on this pipe cutter, you can use this piece here, or if you have a hand reamer. And what you'll do on this flare block is you'll put your piece of pipe that's inside here. It's a little difficult to do on a video, but you put your piece of pipe in here and it's going to hit this pipe stop. You see that piece right there? It's going to hit that pipe stop. Let me see if I can get it right there. So this piece is going to come up. This handle is going to come down right here. Your pipe is going to go in. It's going to hit this pipe stop. You're then going to go ahead and clamp down on the tube. Let's see if I can get this around inside here. You can see the tube has hit this little pipe stop. And what it does is it perfectly measures, let me see if I can get it this way. Right here, it perfectly measures the length of pipe so that you get a perfect flare every time. So this piece comes down, this little pipe stop. You then take the wing, you turn it, and you lock it inside. When it locks inside, now you have a perfect length. It's kind of hard to show on here, but you can see right here, you have a perfect length of copper. It's perfectly the right size. It's all the right shape. Now you begin to turn your handle. Your handle will actually turn to a point and then stop. It won't go anymore. And that's it. You're done. You don't need to over tighten it. You're done. It stops. It's snug. It's complete. You go ahead, you back this guy out. Open up the wing nut. Slide this guy back. Open up the flare block itself. You have a perfect flare. All this still stays together in one spot, but you have a perfect flare. Now earlier in the discussion, when I did maybe a month ago, I did this video using the automatic reamer that you can use with your drill. Actually, these guys right here. And you can make flares with your drill gun. Remember these? A lot of times you can't get a drill into the piece of pipe. There's not enough room and you need a flaring block. This is where this is key. But the discussion was, did we know a little trivia thing about the slot that's right here inside your tubing cutter? And a lot of guys didn't know what that was. They thought it was for straightening the pipe, and it's not. So here in this case, we're going to cut this flare, and you can see what goes on. This piece, this flare fits inside here perfectly. And let's say that you made a flare and it was damaged, and you didn't want to lose the whole piece of pipe. You can see how the flare fits in right there. We're going to go ahead and cut that guy off. Or maybe you just want to take and cut a flare as a backup flare for a high pressure fitting, maybe on a supermarket. You know, you want to back up, and here you go. Here is a perfectly cut flare. You can see it right here. And that's what that little notch is for in your tubing cutter, is to take and put the damaged flare or the flare that you want to keep, so that you can take and cut this guy off and not have a minimal loss of pipe. So again, here we are back to this guy. I'll repeat the step. Make sure the pipe sizes match. Make sure the handle is all the way out. Here's your pipe stop. Put your pipe through. It hits the stop. You can hear it even hitting it. It stops. Perfect height. Tighten up the wing nut. Turn your handle. Again, assuming you took and reamed out the pipe, you're going to turn out the handle. It's going to come to a stop when the flare is complete. That's it. I can't turn it anymore. It won't smash it down. It won't over tighten it. It won't cut out the flare. You know how the ends take a knurl out and split? Undo the wing nut. This pops out. Perfect flare. Perfect. No issues. You can see, even though I didn't ream out the copper with a reamer, look how clean that guy shows out. Look how perfect it shows up every single time. This guy here, little notches in the tube. You can see the little notches right there. You're all ready to go. Hope everybody's working safe. Hope everybody's doing good, making money, taking care of their families. Killing time. That's what I'm doing. I'm killing time while I'm cutting. It's kind of a boring procedure. And once again, we have a perfectly cut flare with no, let me get it right down here, with no major loss. And that's what that's for. So remember we talked earlier about butting up flares? Back in the old days, here's one flare. You can cut this, and with this piece here, you can double up your flares. Sometimes you'll have a hose that's coming in, like a refrigerant hose, and you want to back it up and give a little piece in there for a little bit of support. Maybe you've got a cap tube on a supermarket rack or a condensing unit and always breaks off at the flare. You can cut these and double them up, give yourself a little bit extra support. So that's how this tool works. If you find one, you definitely want to buy it. That's what this little notch is for right here in the tubing cutter. This is how you cut some perfectly made flares. And again, today's product lesson on the flaring block is brought to you by the folks at Custom Cooling and Plumbing, my employer, customizing solutions from our family to yours since 2001. Again, I'm always looking for service techs, air conditioning, refrigeration, residential, commercial, light commercial. I'm always looking for guys, gals, anybody that's EPA certified, passes our DMV driving background check, and let's make something happen. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.